Hello and welcome to David Photography. Today we're just going to have a quick look and I'm going to tell you why I bought this item. Now it is, we just open it up, so it comes wrapped in a plastic bag with all the parts inside. It's actually a D-lock, or they call it a U-lock. So as you see, it's not little, and the barrel that the key goes in isn't small either. So let's see what else is in the bag first. We'll put the bag to one side. You get sent this diagram of a bike with all the locations where you can attach the connector to attach the lock to when it's not being used to lock the bike. Now on the other side it gives you the fitting instructions on how to fit this onto the bike. And it's all big enough to read. Have you had them instructions where you can't bloody read them? Yeah. Murder. You might as well just make them up yourself. So, nice big instructions that show you how to put this connector onto your bike. There is another piece of paper. Probably can't focus on that. Which tells you how to use the lock, how to lock it really to where you're supposed to lock it to. So just another little piece of paper. Now the lock itself is cable tied in a number of places to the lock. So you have a cable, this bit here is tied to each of these things. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the cable comes off. This cable isn't all that long, as you can probably see. To fit around the wheels of your bike, it will look like it only fits about 1. So it's probably a little short, but that's really not the main part of it anyway. The main part is this lock, and technically where the money is of this lock is this lock. So we have the keys, they're also attached by one of them black ties. So disconnect that one, and the lock comes with 3 keys. One of them, you see, has a little red dot, and as you see it has a little light in it. The other 2 don't, but there you go. Now unusually most locks have their key go in the end and you turn and it unlocks one side. In case you're wondering what this bit is, this is what attaches the lock to the bike in this little round thing. when it's not being used. So, as was said, we get 3 keys and the lock is in the centre. So, quarter turn comes apart. The difference between this lock and other locks that you get is that there's notches on both sides of the lock, and therefore the bar inside of here, when you turn the key, moves the bar away from both sides at the same time. Not like the ones that only have one side plain or with a little hook on it which hooks under one side and then locks into the other bit. This is supposed to be a more revolutionary technique of making it more secure. Now, the company is, I will get this to focus on that for you. There you are. Velo. I got this on Amazon. Its proper price is just over £25 on Amazon. That's delivered via Premium, their Prime. But I got a 10% discount because they were doing some security safety promotion. So I got 10% off. Now the weird thing is, I've just went to their website and it's in US dollars and it says 23 US dollars. So I thought, let's just do something silly. So I'd put in to buy one, thinking that by the time I got to the postage bit, the postage would be so ridiculous that I wouldn't go through with it. But it offered free postage. And I'm wondering, they took the order for free postage, and by the time you convert from American to England pounds, it takes it to around £18 odd. So if it turns up, turns up. If it doesn't turn up, oh, I've just worked out this thing moves. This was actually on the inside. I was wondering how you're going to connect the connector to it. It actually rotates very stiffly around. Probably, let's go on the outside. So now when you connect it onto the hook thing, it's going to be hanging or standing or whichever direction you fit your locks up. But this is actually 15mm, this bit, so therefore it is hacksaw resistant. It won't be cut with a hacksaw. And stupidly enough, there is somebody on YouTube physically cut this black bit away, which is technically just to protect your bike from getting knocked from the metal and that all. Cut that away and had a hacksaw and was trying to hacksaw it. He couldn't get thingy. Now 15mm is most hand tools, including bolt cutters, what they all say is a good thickness, that it technically needs an angle grinder or something to get it to break. And if you come in set up like that, then you are coming much easier for the police to catch you, because if you're carrying that stuff around with you, they'll know what you're doing with it. So that's why I looked at one that was 15. This company does do a 14, but the price difference for the 14 on Amazon is £3. So I'd rather have the extra thickness than the price difference of 3. Now, there is a number of comments on Amazon about the length of this cable, that it doesn't go through both the tyres on a bike and back, because this actually gets connected back to the lock. Now you can put it through itself there and get that through one tyre and that through another and then just hook it back, but then that still doesn't look quite long enough for any bikes that I know. But you can actually use more than one of these. You can buy these separately. You can actually buy these in 15mm cable thickness, which would make them much harder to cut through. So, but the price is, I think it's about £15. So if you're interested, have a look on Amazon. There's probably other places that do have it, but really you can't seem to get them prices in shops. I had a look in Halfords and what's that sports one? Decathlon. That's the one. Couldn't think of it then. So, but it's still a useful thing. It's just something additional. So even if it only goes through one item, that's one item less. The thing comes is that you can put that through your front tyre and double it back to itself, and put this through the frame and the back tyre, the wheel itself. So you have it at an angle and then you have it attached to the post. That's probably better than putting that through one thing. But of course, if you take it, the back wheel is probably less of a target because it takes longer to take the wheel off itself, and especially if you've got quick release, then probably that's not a good idea. There is a new upgraded quick release things for your wheels, which requires some type of key for opening them rather than just a flick switch and pulling your way with it. It's amazing how many bikes you see that just get abandoned and bits go a bit at a time, normally the front wheel first, because it hasn't got a lock on, because you just lock the frame itself. But it is quite short. But the thing comes is that if you find that you can't attach your lock and the connector onto the bike, I'm sure that you can just put it into a satchel bag or attach it around the back. Now, what I'll do, I might do, is show you how to attach this onto the bike when I get the bike that I'm planning to attach this onto. I got this because of its level. It is technically classed as a level 9 bike lock. So it is supposed to keep crooks and people from pinching it, unless they're dedicated. But this is better than the lock that I had, which probably cost £10 to £15. This is more heavy duty, and really it is quite light. I had a feel of some of the other locks, and some of them do have some weight to them, but this one is quite light, which is nice if you're going to have to carry it on the bike and add more weight to the bike, which slows you up because you're carrying piles of heavy stuff. So we'll see how this goes on the bike, and I'll see you later. Bye for now. Hello and welcome back. Now that was a quick go away, wasn't it? Now, an update to that lock. I got a parcel. And as you see, it has Amazon markings on it. Not only that, but it has the Amazon Dunfermline factory, their warehouse. And what was in this box? Well, weirdly enough, what was in that box was this box. Now, you've seen this box before, haven't you? And inside the lock. The same lock as what we've just looked at. Everything is exactly the same. It's fastened up the same way. I just need to cover over that little tag here because it has the number. Everything's wrapped up as my other lock came. And that's what's puzzling. This lock was bought direct from the company. And as I said, it was supposed to be about £18. And as I said, that included postage. But it's been fulfilled by Amazon. Weird. Okay, now let's try and work this out. We are paying about £7 more to have Amazon show it, have it on their website and post it out, over going straight to the company's web page and buying it off that in America and paying them in dollars, which works out being cheaper right now in English money because of the exchange rate. But yet it has actually took over 7 days to arrive, and I thought it wasn't coming because on their website they say they will send you a email when it's been dispatched out. I didn't get any of that, and after like 5 days, a little worried not coming at all because no communication whatsoever. But today a parcel turned up. Wasn't expecting it. There was no email saying, Amazon, we are going to be delivering your parcel. None of that turned up. It just arrived. So therefore, going direct to the company, you will wait the 7 to 10 days and you will have no communication, even though it's being delivered from exactly the same place with exactly the same van drivers is what you will go into the amazon.co.uk website. Weird. But yet you're going to get it £7 cheaper. So that's good. That's a good thing, isn't it? So now I have 2, which means I now have 2 of these. So now it should be long enough that one of these goes around the front wheel, the other one goes around the back wheel, connects up to one lock, or any other things that we want to connect to it. So now I have 2 locks. I can attach one around the back wheel and one around the frame, then connect the other one around the frame and around a post or something like that, or connect one just around the post. So there's quite a number of opportunities now, but having 2 locks, that should be interesting for carrying, because I tried putting the the little post things on, a little attachment onto the bike. My bike frame for the bike which I've now got doesn't fit any of them. The screws aren't long enough for the 2 connection parts to come together and be screwed together, because my frame is an unusual shape and there isn't a point on the bike on any part of its frame that can accept taking the connector to fit the lock onto the bike. So it has to be put somewhere else. It has a carry rack, so it's either just put them together and just tie them onto the carry rack with some cable ties probably. But 2 locks now, see how that goes. It's still too cold to use the bike that I got, so wait till it gets a little warmer, and then I'll get out and see which way I want to lock the bike up, what options I have and everything like that. But just wanted to show that the lock did arrive. Quite surprising, but it did take longer. On the 25 one from Amazon, it arrived the next day. This one from the manufacturers, I expected come in from the manufacturers, actually got sent to England and got sent to Amazon, and Amazon delivered it anyway. Who could tell? Who could know this? There's a big surprise. But there you go. It's down to how quick do you want it? Can you wait a little longer and make a bigger saving, or do you want it the next day and you pay a bit more? Don't know if that's for every single lock, but for this lock, that's what seems to have happened. So that's it now. Now you can go. Now the fun is over. So see you on the next video. Bye.